lawyers. I believe we should be developing our energy and our minerals here at home instead of spending our money to people that hate us.
Yes.
I believe the Obamacare bill is a complete disaster. I will work to repeal it. We don't need another layer of politicians, bureaucrats, and government lawyers running our healthcare system. We need patient-centered, free market reforms. We need the decisions in healthcare to be made by the patient, the doctor, and the family. Not some bureaucrat in Washington telling us that grandma needs to take a death pill or can't get the operation she needs. I'm not a politician. I'm a medical doctor, a general surgeon. I grew up in a little town in the Upper Peninsula, Iron River. I was raised by my mother and my grandmother after my dad was killed in the mine when I was 5. I worked in grade school and in high school in our little family business. I worked my way through college at the University of Michigan. I borrowed my way through medical school at Wayne State. And I've been practicing medicine in Iron Mountain, Michigan for the last 27 years. I decided to run for Congress after they passed that stimulus bill. A bill where they spent nearly $1 trillion of our hard-earned tax money, our children's tax money, on a bill they hadn't even read. I promise you this. I will listen to you. I will work my heart out for you. Hey, I'm going to read the legislation. And I'm going to abide by the rules. The ultimate rule being the United States Constitution. I'm here today to ask for your support in my bid for the United States House of Representatives, where it will be my privilege to cast your vote on the floor of that House. We're coming to a point in our history where the mess is too big. The debt is too great for America to remain the country that we grew up in unless we act now. America must tell Washington in one loud, clear voice, enough is enough. I want to thank you all for your support during my campaign. I just got through a tough win in a 6-way primary, and I'm on the ballot in November. You know, I started this race back in January. We went to my friend's camp. We were ice fishing, actually. My friend had lost his wife to pancreatic cancer, and a bunch of us guys got together and we took him to camp for the weekend to sort of have a party and relax and eat and ice fish. And we got to start and talk about politics and the way the situation was going in our country. Just like you all are worried about the way the situation is in our country. And we came up with the idea that I should try to beat Mr. Stupak. He voted for that stimulus bill. He voted for the cap and trade. And I decided to give it a try. I went back home. I asked my wife if it was okay because I had to have her behind me. And she's not here today, but she traveled with me a lot. And she said, okay, let's give it a shot. I got my son on board as my campaign manager. I talked to friends and my neighbors. I went to the county Republican Party and asked them, well, what do I have to do to run for Congress? So I'm really not different from any of you. But like you, I decided that we need to stand up and do something. We can't let the professional politicians have their way with us anymore. It's possible for a regular citizen